Good morning, students. This is Yogesh Chand Sharma, PGT English, RPS Parrot. Dear students, we are going to start fifth poem, A Legend of the Northland. A legend, a legend is an old traditional story. This poem is called a legend because it tells an old story of Northland. Okay. So this is the story of an old woman who angered Saint Peter because of her greed. Okay. Means the lady was greedy, or Saint Peter has got angry and he cursed her. Okay. And so far as Northland is concerned, the Netherland is a polar, okay, region. There the days are shorter and the nights are you know longer. That is called region covered with snow, and people use reindeer for food and driving their people. All right. So let's see the poem. Actually, this poem is written in the form of the ballad. All right. This poem is written in the form of the ballad. A no, ballad means a long description. Okay. A ballad is a song narrating a story in short stanzas. Or ballads are a part of folk culture or popular culture and are passed on orally from one generation to next. This is what a legend of the Northland is called ballad because it is written in a long description. All right. So let's see what happened in this poem. The poet is talking about the Northland. Away, away means that is far, far away in the Northland. Okay. Away, away, repetition. The word is repeated. If any word is repeated, then repetition figure of speech is used. Where the hours of the day are few. As I told you, in the Netherland or Northland, the hours of the day are few, means short, and nights are longer in winter, or nights are longer during the winters. Okay. So in the winter, days are short and nights are longer. Away, away in the Northland, where the hours of the day are few, few in the sense shorter, and the nights are so long, long in the sense longer in winter. In the Netherlands, during the winter season, days are shorter and nights are longer. That they cannot sleep them through means the night is too longer to sleep, or we can say the night is too longer that they could not sleep throughout the night. They could not kill the time during the night. Okay. Through means throughout. So throughout the night they cannot sleep. The sense is the night is too longer to sleep. Okay. See the rhyme scheme of the poem. Northland, few, land, A rhyme scheme given, few, B, winter, C, and through. Few, through matches. If the ending sound matches, so we give the same name, B and B. Hence, rhyme scheme is A, B, C, B. In the similar fashion, A, reindeer, snow, B, scub, C, close, snows, close, same, B, B, A, B, C, B. Again the rhyme scheme is A, B, C, B. This ballad poem contains the rhyme scheme A, B, C, B. Do remember. Okay, children? So this is the poem that is written in the ballad form as I told you. Or Fauve Cary has written this poem. P. Cary composed this poem. And now come to the next stanza, where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows, and the children look like bears' cubs in their funny furry clothes. So see, during the snow winter season, when it snows means snow falls, then at that time where they harness the swift. Harness means fastening of a reindeer to a sledge. Sledge जो गाड़ी चलाते हैं बर्फ की. The swift reindeer. Swift means moving fast. The reindeers are moving fast to the sledge means wheel carts drawn on the snow. Sledge means wheel carts drawn on snow. Okay. So during the snow falling season means during the winter season, the sledges are carried or they are fast, moving by the reindeers. Okay, during the winter season. And the children look like bear's cub, or during the snowfall season, what happened? The children look like the bear's cub, the bear's baby. Cubs matlab baby. In their funny furry clothes. In their funny means strange. Furry means made of animal skin. Made of fur clothes. Okay. The children looks like bear's baby in their strange fur clothes. Alright, when the snow falls, or the reindeers are carrying the wheel carts fast. Alright, during the snow falls. They tell them a curious story. Curious in the sense strange. They tell them a strange story. I don't believe it's true, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale of you. Tell the tale to you. Tell, tata sound repeated. That's why alliteration. Or if you see in these two lines, so comma is omitted. When comma is there in each line, but when commas are omitted or full stops are omitted, semicolons are omitted, then endowment figure of speech is used. In this stanza here, in the first stanza, comma is not written, even comma should be there. This is what endowment is there. So which figure of speech is used in the last two lines? Endowment. In the next stanza, last two lines, endowment. Or in the similar fashion, I think, in the third stanza, again endowment. But in rest stanzas, commas are there. Okay. So see, poet says that I don't think the story is true, but still I would like to let you know the story, or you may learn a lesson from that story. Means the poet is sure about the lesson of the moral lesson of the story. You may get it. They tell them a curious story. I don't believe. Poet says I don't believe in this story. It's true, whether it is true or not. And yet you may learn a lesson, but still I am sure you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. If I tell the story of this poem to you, I am sure you will learn a lesson from that, poem. What is the lesson? Let's see how one should not be greedy, okay, in one's life. Once when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it preaching. Preaching means sermonizing, to deliver the speech, to pass उपदेश देना, preaching. Just as he did, as we know, generally what happened, good Saint Peter preaches to the people, advocates to the people. So as you see how Saint Peter moved from one place to another for the purpose of preaching, so that he may know the people about the religion. Okay. He came to the door of cottage in traveling round the earth. After the traveling round, he reached to the house where a little woman was making a cake. In that cottage, in that small house, a lady was making cakes, a lady was making chapatis, food, and baking them on the earth. And baking matlab cooking, and she was cooking them means cakes She was cooking the chapatis, baking the chapatis on the hearth. Hearth, okay, chula जिसको बोलते हैं. So she was baking the chapatis on the hearth, like furnace, okay. And being fainted with fasting. So actually, he had the fast as well as he moved around the earth. This is what he was faint. Faint in the sense he does not have power, okay. He may fall faint any time. It means faint in the sense unconscious. He may become unconscious any time. The sense is he was too tired to walk. Means he cannot walk because of tired. Faint, fasting, fair sound repeated. This is what alliteration is used in this. For the day almost, for the day was almost done, means almost the day is over, means the evening approaches. He asked her from her store of cakes, means Saint Peter demanded for a chapati from the store of the cakes, from the store of the chapatis, to give him a single one. He demanded only for a single chapati. So she made a very little cake, but as it baking lay, for the purpose of giving a chapati, a single chapati to Saint Peter, she was she made a very little cake. Okay, she made a very thin chapati, but as it baking lay, she looked at it. When it lying on tawa, she looked at it, and though it seemed too large to give away, she thought that this chapati is too large, too big to give him. So what she decided? She decided not to give that chapati to good Saint Peter. Therefore, she needed another. Needed means make dough. Make dough means atta gundna, atta lagana. Therefore, she needed another. She make dough, another, and still a smaller one. Or she took the smaller floor. Okay, needed smaller one dough. Still a smaller one. Smaller one means very small in quantity. Say sound repeated. Still smaller. Therefore, we can say alliteration is used. So she took a very small floor to make dough. But it looked, when she turned it over, as large as the first day done. But it looked, when she turned it over again, when she turned the chapati or cake, so it seems as large as the first had done. She seems that chapati seems as large as the earlier one. Then she took a tiny scrap of a dove. Again she took a small piece of dove. Scrap means a small piece of. Okay. Took tiny tete sound repeated. Alliteration is used. And rolled and rolled. Rolled and rolled repetition. Rolled, rolled repeated. Rolled and rolled it flat. Okay. So she rolled that small piece of dough, it flat like a papad, very thin. Okay. And baked it thin as a wafer. Wafer means small leaf, we papad. It was, means that roll of dough was as small, as thin as the wafer. So as there, when there is comparison by the help of the as or like, simile is there. So in this line simile is used. So that chapati was as small as the wafer or as a small leaf. But she couldn't part with that. But she couldn't give that, even the wafer of the chapati to good Saint Peter. So how greedy she is, you can see. For she said, my cakes that seem too small, when I eat of them myself, are you too large to give away? Yes, he says, when I eat the same cake of chapati, a piece of cake, so it seems too small. Or when I decided to give it to anybody else, so it seems too large. So you can think now how tempted she is, how greedy she is. So she put them out on the shelf. So at last he decided not to give that chapati to the Saint Peter, and he put that chapati into the shelf. Then good Saint Peter grew angry. Then he got angry, for he was hungry and faint because he was hungry. It was the late evening time and faint. As I told you, he may feel dizzy, faint. Alright, he may fall down any time due to the unconsciousness, how weak he was. And surely such a woman was enough to provoke a saint. For provoking, for getting angry a saint, such a woman surely was enough. Okay, the sense is that woman was the cause of getting Saint Peter angry. And he said, you are far too selfish. You are selfish woman to dwell in a human form, to live in a human form. Dwell means to live. Okay? So to live in a human form, in human being, you are very selfish. Means you do not deserve to be a human being. To have both food and shelter, you do not deserve to enjoy the food and shelter. Okay? Shelter means resting place, and fire to keep you warm. All these things you do not deserve for that, because you are the selfish. Now you shall build as the birds do. You do not deserve to that shelter. You need to build a house. You shall build as the birds do. Birds, what do they do? They collect the straws and make the house and make the shelter. And shall get your scanty food. Scanty means a little food. Bird goes from one place to another in search of a little food. So you do not deserve that food, okay? You should be like a bird. By boring means making a hole. And boring, repetition is used. As a bird that is wander from one place to another in search of food, you should be like that. All day in heart means that bird work day and night. Dry wood, for the dry wood, because that bird gets food from the dry wood. Actually, which kind of bird that is? Who gets hard and dry wood, or who food, or who bore means who get a hole in the tree? That is a woodpecker. Which one? Woodpecker. So actually Saint Peter cursed him to be a woodpecker. Then up she went through the chimney. She came up through the chimney. The woman came through the chimney, never speaking a word. She was unable to speak a word. And out of the top flew a woodpecker, or she flew away into the woodpecker. It means she became woodpecker. For she was changed to a bird. In such a manner, she changed to a bird. Means she converted a woman to bird. It was a curse of good Saint Peter. She had a scarlet means bright red, cap on her head. Means that bird had a bright red color cap on her head, or a scarlet cap on her head. And that was left the same, but all the rest of her clothes were burned black as a coal, simile as a coal in the flame. So she had got all her clothes burned into the flame, or she became woodpecker, or she had got a scarlet cap on her head. And every country schoolboy has seen her in the wood. Every schoolboy who is returning from the school, they saw her in the wood. They saw her into the forest. Wood means forest, jungle, where she lives in the trees. So now she does not have any permanent house. She moves from one tree to another in search of shelter. Till this very day, boring for food, she moves from one place to another in search of food. Boring repetition. again repetition is used in this poem. So in such a manner, dear students, we have completed the poem that is written in the form of the ballad, A Legend of the Northland. What do you learn a lesson from this story? Ki one should not be too greedy, okay? This is not a true story actually. We think the last part of the poem where Saint Peter announces his punishment for the lady is the important part, because we learn a lesson from there. One should not feel, one should not be greedy in one's life, because it does not suit to the personality of a human being to be a human being. Actually, human beings are the next to God, isn't it? So, or this is the difference between human being and animalhood. So, dear students, you will get all the word meanings noted down in your notebook, and I will share even the question answers. Note them down in your notebook and prepare for the further examinations. Okay, have a nice day. Thank you.